Hello everyone, my name is Sujit Kumar Gupta and I am going to give a lecture on vector. So what is vector? Before going to know vector, we need to know what is physical quantity. So what is physical quantity? The physical quantity is nothing but a property of a material or a system which can be quantified by measurement. So this physical quantity is again divided into two types, that is scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar quantity and vector quantity. Scalar quantity and vector quantity. So what is the basic difference between scalar quantity and vector quantity? So scalar quantity are those quantity which can be described by only magnitude. So the quantity which can be described by its only magnitude is known as scalar quantity. So some example of scalar quantity are like mass, distance, volume, speed. These are the quantity which for description of this quantity only magnitude is required. That's why these quantities are known as scalar quantity. On the other hand, what is vector quantity? So there is a basic difference between scalar quantity and vector quantity, that it for description of a vector quantity, to describe a vector quantity, to describe a vector quantity, both magnitude and direction are required. So to describe a vector quantity, we require what? Magnitude as well as direction. So then we can describe a vector quantity. Some example of vector quantity such as like displacement, velocity, force. So these quantity are known as, these physical quantity are known as what? Vector quantity. Because for this, to define this force, we need the magnitude as well as direction. For example, if this is a body, then if we are applying some force, let's suppose 5 Newton force we are applying to it, then this body will move in direction, such a direction in which we are applying the force. So the body, if we are applying the force from west to east, then the body also move in that direction. So that's why to describe a vector quantity, we require what? Magnitude as well as direction. Coming back to our mathematics, so these are the basic things about scalar quantity and vector quantity. Now we are going to the vector algebra, that we are going to study in this class. So what vector, to represent a vector quantity, we need to study about different things. Now notation and representation of a vector. So vectors are represented by directed line segment. So vectors represented by directed line segment. Like this is suppose point O and this is another point P, then this is vector OP or OP vector, or simply we can write this as a vector. This is the representation of a vector. Then we are going to know position vector. So what is position vector? Position vector. So what is position vector? So to know the position vector, first of all we need to go back to our Cartesian coordinate system. In that Cartesian coordinate system, three axes are there, that is x, y and z, and this is our origin O. Now this x axis is represent the direction along the x axis or horizontal axis that we are giving it I cap, and in y axis it is j cap and z axis it is k cap, where here I cap, j cap and k cap are the unit vector directed along x axis, y axis and z axis respectively. So from here on we will describe this x axis as I cap in vector. In vector algebra, this x axis as I cap, y axis as j cap and z axis as k cap. So if a point is there, let's suppose P having its coordinate x, y, z, then this point's position vector we can find from this origin. So the position vector of this point P, so position vector of P, position vector of point P is equal to x. Here the coordinate of origin is 0, 0. So x minus 0 I cap plus y minus 0 j cap plus z minus 0 k cap. So this will represent the position vector of point P from origin. So this is the position vector of point P. We can represent as OP vector, that is x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. This is the position vector of point P. Clear? So if this is the position vector of point P, now the next term is if 2 points are given. Let's suppose 2 points in a Cartesian plane P with coordinate x1, y1, z1 and Q with coordinate x2, y2, z2. Then here it asks for find PQ vector. So what will be the value of PQ vector? As we are representing x axis with I cap, y axis with j cap and z axis with k cap. So this is origin. Now here we have to find PQ vector. So PQ vector is nothing but position vector of Q minus position vector of P, means फाइनल टू इनिशियल पोजीशन को सब्ट्रैक्ट करना है. सो पोजीशन वेक्टर ऑफ Q minus position vector of P, that is, what will be the position vector of Q? This will be the position vector of Q. We can say x2 minus 0, that is x2 I cap plus y2 j cap plus z2 k cap minus position vector of P, which is x1 I cap plus y1 j cap plus z1 k cap. So if you subtract these two, then we can get an expression, that is x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. So this is the PQ vector. So we can directly find out the PQ vector if two coordinates are given, 2 points coordinate are given, that is final minus initial with their corresponding unit vector, that is x2 minus x1 I cap, y2 minus y1 j cap and z2 minus z1 k cap. So add it, we will get our PQ vector. The next thing that we need to know that what will be the scalar component of a vector and a vector component of a vector. So if a vector A that is given x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap, then it asks for its scalar component. So these are the basic questions that are asked by any examiner. So what will be the scalar component of a vector? So the scalar component of a vector is x, y and z. This is the scalar component of vector A. Similarly, we can find vector component of a vector, that is, what are the vector component of a vector? That is x I cap, y j cap and z k cap. These are the vector component, and x, y, z, these are the scalar component of vector of a vector. Okay, so scalar component of vector A is x, y and z, and the vector component of A is x vector, x I cap, y j cap and z k cap. Now the next term, that is magnitude of a vector. So now we are going to study what is magnitude of a vector. Let the vector is A. So vector A is given with x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Then magnitude of a vector, that is a vector's magnitude is equal to x square plus y square plus z square root over. This is nothing but the magnitude of vector A. So if a vector is given x I cap, y j cap and z k cap, then magnitude of a vector is nothing but what? X square plus y square plus z square whole root over. The next thing, that is unit vector. So unit vector. So what is unit vector? As we have already known, this I cap, j cap and k cap are unit vector. So what do we mean by unit vector? So unit vector are those vectors which are providing direction to us, or we are giving which are providing direction to the vector quantity, that are the unit vector. So in mathematically, how can we calculate an unit vector? So if we are taking the same vector A, then unit vector, it is represented by A cap. A cap means unit vector along A. So A cap is equal to A vector divided by A vector's magnitude. So in that case, A vector is what? X I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap whole divided by A vector's magnitude, that is x square plus y square plus z square root over. This is our A cap. We can expand it and it can be written into x by x square plus y square plus z square root over I cap plus y by x square plus y square plus z square root over j cap plus z by x square plus y square plus z square root over k cap. This is our unit vector a cap. Okay. So a cap is providing direction to the vector a. So unit vector basic function is it will give the direction to a vector quantity. So after knowing the unit vector, there is one more thing that we need to know, that is direction cosine. So now we are going to know what is direction cosine. So after completion of unit vector, the next thing is direction cosine. Direction cosine of a vector. So what is direction cosine of a vector? So let this is our Cartesian system. Here it is x, y and z. This is O. This is a vector, a vector, which is x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Okay, and this a vector is making an angle alpha with x axis, beta with y axis and gamma with z axis. So let a vector making an angle alpha, beta and gamma, alpha, beta and gamma with x, y and z axis respectively, then this alpha, beta and gamma are called direction angle, alpha, beta and gamma are called direction angle. Then cosine of this, that is cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma is called direction cosine or simply DCS of a vector, direction cosine of a vector. So there are some value of cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma. So cos alpha, it is also written as L. Its value will be, once we have found the value of unit vector of a vector, then the component of I cap in unit vector will be the cos alpha, means x by x square plus y square plus z square root over, this is our cos alpha. Similarly, what will be cos beta? Cos beta, in some it is also represented as m. Okay, so cos beta will be the component of j cap in unit vector. So that will be y by x square plus y square plus z square root over, and cos gamma will be component of k cap, which will be z by x square plus y square plus z square root over. So this is our direction cosine, and there is a relation between this cos alpha, cos beta and cos gamma, that is cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. This relation we are going to study in 3D. Okay. So these are the basic things or basic points that are required in vector. Based on this thing, we are going to solve a problem and everyone get clear in this topic, whatever we have studied. Okay. So whatever we have studied based on those concepts, here are the two problems that we are going to solve. Okay, these problems are already asked in the competitive exam. Okay, so first, if position vector of point P and Q are this and this, then what will be the magnitude of PQ vector? So for first case, we need to find what is PQ vector. So answer to the question 1, that is PQ vector. First thing we need to find PQ vector, that is position vector of Q minus position vector of P. So it is given position vector of Q is this thing 5 I cap minus 2 j cap plus 4 k cap minus position vector of P, that is I cap minus 3 j cap minus plus 3 j cap minus 7 k cap. So this is given. Now we have to find PQ vector, then just solve it. So 5 I cap minus 2 j cap plus 4 k cap minus I cap minus 3 j cap plus 7 k cap, then I cap minus 5 I cap minus I cap, that is 4 I cap, 2 minus 2 j cap minus 3 j cap minus 5 j cap plus 4 k cap plus 7 k cap plus 11 k cap. So this is our PQ vector. The next thing is we need to find what? The magnitude of PQ vector. Then PQ vector's magnitude will be 4 square plus minus 5 square plus 11 squares root over. So 4 square is how much? 16 plus 25 plus 1 to 1 root over. This is the thing. Okay. So if you solve it, we will get 162 root over. So the correct answer will be bit 4. Okay. So in this way we are going to solve this type of question, whatever asked in the exam. Okay. So just remember the thing that PQ vector means final position minus initial position, means position vector of final point to the position vector of minus what? Initial point. Then we'll get what? PQ vector. So the next question is, in the next question it is asked for direction cosine of a vector A which is given 3 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 5 k cap in positive direction of x axis. So what we have already studied, that it is, if it is a Cartesian coordinate, okay, then a vector is there, that is our A vector, then it is making an angle what? Alpha with the x axis. Then it is asked for direction cosine in positive direction of x axis, that means it is asked for cos alpha. So to find the value of cos alpha, we need to find first unit vector of this A cap. So if A cap is given, question number 2, A cap, A vector is given how much? 3 I cap plus 4 j cap plus 5 k cap. Then what will be the magnitude of A vector? That is 3 square plus 4 square plus 5 square whole root over. that is 9 plus 16 plus 25 root over. Yes or no? Then this value will be root 50. Then what will be the value of a cap or unit vector along a vector? That will be what? 3 by root 50 I cap plus 4 by root 50 j cap plus 5 by root 50 k cap. So this is the value of a cap. Now we have to find cos alpha. So what will be the value of cos alpha? The component of I cap is nothing but cos alpha. Therefore cos alpha is equal to 3 by root 50. So the answer will be this. So I hope you will all understand my topic, whatever I have taught. Thank you.